Good evening and welcome into the Erie Tiger Network. I'm Blake Donaldson, and alongside me I got JJ King, Kale Smith, and Max Schrad. Well, Tiger fans, that last game was definitely heartbreaking as the boys basketball team lost by a half-court buzzer beater. But looking forward to this girls game, we got two really high-powered offenses, with Erie averaging 66.9 points per game, led by Grace Moyers, the junior, averaging 20.7 points per game, and the senior, Genevieve Godino, averaging 16.2 points per game. On the opposite side, we got the Palmer Ridge Bears, averaging 53.2 points per game, led by their senior and junior, and Hannah Dove, 10.6 points per game, and Mia Womack, averaging 12.6 points per game. I think the keys to this game are going to be the guard play, as both teams have very, very high-powered offenses and got some really shifty guards. Erie is slightly being edged out by the Palmer Ridge Bears in rebounds, with Erie only averaging 28.4 rebounds per game, and Palmer Ridge averaging 31.0 rebounds per game. Being in the 4A Colorado State playoffs in the second round, this is going to be a close one, and it's definitely going to be an exciting one. Tiger fans, we would love for you to be a partner of the Erie Tiger Network on Patreon. Click on the link in the description or head to patreon.com/Erie Tiger Network. You can support us for as little as $1 a month or sponsor a segment for $25 a month. Let's go Tigers. We'll be right with you as we take a short break in just 1 minute and 30 seconds for the start of the game.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Welcome back in, Tiger fans, to the Erie Tiger Network as we are getting set for the tip-off in the second round of the Colorado State playoffs between the Erie Tigers and the Palmer Ridge Bears.
Make sure that you monitor your social distance and keep your masks up the whole time.
We're just going over some social distancing procedures really fast, and then they're going to announce the starting lineups for both teams.
The third row of seats. So thank you for doing that. That allows us to keep watching. By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now is the national anthem sung courtesy of the Erie High principal, Paul Stasina. And now Stasina is going to announce the starting lineups for both the Tigers and the Bears.
Palmer Ridge Bears. We'll begin with our reserve players. Number 1, Courtney Cordova. Number 2, Martina Grappaglia. Number 12, Kylie Mayer. Number 13, Sydney Howells. Number 21, Danielle Day. Number 22, Nicole Day. Number 24, Hannah Herman. And now the starting lineup for the visiting Palmer Ridge Bears. Number 3, Hannah Dove. Number 5, Charlotte Huck. Number 11, Riley McMullen. Number 23, Natalie Wolf. And number 35, Mia Womack. The Bears are coached by head coach Jason Boyer, with assistants Mark Vandermeer and Krista Kona. And now for your Erie Tigers. Beginning with our reserve players, number 0, Jennifer Altshuler. Number 2, Madison Thomas. Number 20, Mia Welty. Number 21, Deb Altshuler. Number 31, Madeline Hartle. Number 32, Sarah Hill. Number 42, Madison Moyers. And your starting lineup for the Erie Tigers, number 3, Grace Moyers. Number 4, Aaliyah George. Number 11, Genevieve Fratino. Number 14, Ava Welty. And number 53, Anna Hefner.
All right, Tiger fans, and those are your starting lineups for both the Palmer Ridge Bears and the Erie Tigers. As I said in the pregame talks, this is going to be a very close game. Lots of high-powered offenses from both teams. I think Erie's going to look to feed this ball down low in the paint to Anna Hefner. She's been a terror to multiple teams throughout the season. It's definitely a height mismatch between a lot of the players, especially with how tall and big this Erie defense plays. But on the flip side, Palmer Ridge has gotten a lot of height, which is something that the Erie team is not used to playing against. As we get ready for tip-off. Got Hefner and Charlotte getting ready for the tip-off. Tigers win the tip-off. And Welty's going to start the play by bringing it up court. It's going to pass it out to Aaliyah George. Welty finds the senior Godino as she drives in and does what she does all season and finds that hole to pass it down low to her center and Hefner. Hefner ends up getting fouled by Natalie, excuse me. So Hefner is going to go to the line for 2.
That's her first team foul for the Tigers. Number 53, Anna Hefner at the line for Erie.
Hefner misses her first one. Gets set for the second one, takes the shot, knocks it down. 14 seconds, and we got the first points up on the board. Riley's taking the ball up court. Lots of strong guard play from both of these teams. Passes it out to Womack. It's stolen, almost stolen by Hefner. Back to Womack in the corner. Riley up top, guarded by Godino. Out to Dove. Down low to Charlotte, and then it's tipped out by Moyer, so it's going to stay with Palmer Ridge. Much slower paced game than the last game, as both teams got off and running. Palmer Ridge trying to think methodically here, struggling to inbound it. Finds Womack at the top of the key. Charlotte out in the corner. Nice little jumper from the mid-range by Riley, giving the Palmer Ridge Bears their first points. Myers takes the ball up court, looking for any opening. Nice little pick and roll by Hefner. Welty finds Hefner down low, gets blocked by Dove. Once again, Riley being guarded by Godino. Passes out to Womack and back to Riley. A little bit of zone play here by the defense. And Palmer Ridge's star player, Womack, is able to knock that mid-range in. Moyer's little crossover. Palmer Ridge keeping that man-to-man defense. Finds George down the middle, cutting, and George makes the layup. Godino's playing a little bit of press here, trying to fluster this Palmer Ridge defense. Goes for the steal, but can't quite get it. George taking on Womack. Godino grabs the steal. Godino has done that so well all season long as she's jumped so many passes and she plays with so much plays such good defense as she makes the layup, giving the Tigers the lead once more. Once again, Riley looking for an opening. Godino hits it. Erie defense isn't there to cover that. Natalie wasn't expecting that. Womack takes that deep three, can't quite get it, and Hefner grabs that rebound. Moyer's on the fast break with George to her side. Just as a little hesitation and flies right by Natalie and gets the layup. Ever since Moyers has joined this program, she's really had a huge impact as Natalie takes a deep three at the top of the arc, nailing it, tying the game once again. Looking for the pick here. Double on Moyers. Out to George in the corner, resets at the top of the key with Godino as she pulls the three, and bang! Three-pointer by the senior. Both teams being very methodical with the ball, not wanting to lose it or create a turnover, and giving the other team a chance to get some points that they really shouldn't be getting in the first place. As Welty goes for the steal, knocks it out of her hand. Dove thinks about the three, tries to pull it. Womack doubled here. Dove pulls for it this time. At the top of the key, once again, the Palmer Ridge Bears are able to nail another three. Finds Hefner down in the middle. Just a little turnaround. They call a foul as Day Danielle gets ready to check in for the Palmer Ridge Bears.
That's her second team foul for the Bears. And Hefner at the line for Erie.
Hefner nails the free throw. Lining up for his second shot. Hits that again. Hefner is 3 for 4 from the stripe tonight. Palmer Ridge gives it to McCullen. Once again, McCullen trying to give that to Womack out on the side. Womack's able to get right past George, but unfortunately misses her mid-range jumper. Loose ball, everybody's going for it. Godino taps it out of bounds. So Palmer Ridge will reset and inbound. As Day gets set to inbound the ball. Palmer Ridge Bears have really looked for Womack out in that right corner. It's where she likes this. Moyers goes for the jump and just misses it, but she's able to regather it. As McCullen can't pick up the ball. Moyers going fast down the court. Sets up a little bit of a crossover there. Looks like Womack tipped it and Godino went to go grab it, not expecting it, looking for the pass, and it just goes right off of Godino's fingers. Erie coaches will take a timeout, and we will step aside as well here on the Erie Tiger Network.
This is more than a bundle. It's more than a combo deal. It's not just stuff. This is your home, your car, and you want to give them the protection they deserve with home and auto insurance. State Farm agents get it. It's why they're here.
In Erie, talk to State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse.
All right, and welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network. Palmer Ridge set to take over as they inbound the ball to McCullen. See, Tubb holding it. Passes it to Hawk. Back to McCullen. She went to go pass it over to Day, but it bounced right off Godino's foot. So that's going to be a kick ball. And the Bears are going to take over and keep their possession. Day finds Womack in the thick of it. McCullen up top, trying to drive past Moyers. Found Dove in the arc. Offensive rebound by Day, and then Hefner can't quite get it, so Womack picks it back up, finds McCullen. McCullen does a little crossover step, gets right past George, but can't quite get the floater to go in. George passes it downfield to Godino, but they can't quite connect as it just rolls right past Godino. These defenses have done a really good job of just not letting anybody get any space or separation from the defenders as Dub pulls up a three and knocks it down, giving the Bears the lead once again. The Bears have done really good behind the arc tonight as they've knocked down a ton of them. As George pulls one of her own, but can't quite get it. Hefner's able to grab the rebound and puts that back in. As this game is just going back and forth. 2 minutes and 25 seconds remain in the first quarter. 14-13 Erie. McCullen looking for Womack in that right corner. Finds her, but can't quite connect as Moyers is able to get her hand in there and deflect it. The Bears will still retain possession, however. Paglia checks in for Hawk. Finds Dove down in the middle. McCullen up top, shoots another three. Can't quite get that one to reach the bottom of the net. Moyers is looking down the court. Pulls up, jumper three, something she's done well all year. Can't quite get that one, just a little too weak. Bounces off the iron. Once again, McCullen to Womack. They like that connection. Dove pulls a three, can't connect. McCullen has the ball once again. Can really see this three-way connection between Dove, Womack, and McCullen. A little bit of corner three-point play. Able to slide right through Godino and George. Can't quite catch it, though. Looks like it bounced off McCullen there. So the Tigers will take over as Welty goes to inbound the ball to Moyers. Paglia on Moyers. Little hesitation from Moyers. Out to Godino, the senior. Had a hit. Called a foul on Welty. I think it was a blocking foul. Couldn't quite catch it, though. Both teams playing just a lot of man defense, but Erie's leaving their big center in Hefner, as she's had a huge impact on defense and offense down in the paint, not letting anybody drive. So the Palmer Ridge Bears are doing a good job at just sitting behind the arc and pulling those threes, and they're knocking them down too. Dove stuck, guarded by Hefner in the corner. I thought it was a 5-second violation, but it looks like the Palmer Ridge Bears. Coach Boyer called the timeout there. And we'll take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network as well, with 57 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever...
All right, welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network as Womack is set to inbound the ball. Finds McCollin. George guarding her tightly, not letting her move anywhere. McCollin backs up a little bit, finds Dove out in the corner. Finds Womack cutting towards the little mid-range jumper. Little too strong, he can't get it. Able to grab the rebound, however, is Day as she gets the putback, giving the Bears the lead once more. 15-14 Bears lead. Moyer's looking off that pick with Hefner. Feeds Hefner. They call no basket there. They call travel on Hefner, so the Bears will take over. You can see Madeline Hartel is checked into the game now for Ava Welty. Hartel, just a freshman on this Erie team, has really had a great impact as that sixth man. Just 6 seconds left as Greta Paglala pulls it, can't quite get it, a little too strong. Gadino's gonna chuck it down, actually passes it over to Moyers, but there's not enough time as the quarter is going to expire. We'd like to take this time as this broadcast is brought to you by Gen Realty. Gen Realty, a proud sponsor of Erie Athletics. Jen has been an Erie resident and specialist since 2005. Contact Jen for all of your local town real estate needs. And we will take a quick break here on the Erie Tiger Network as we transfer over from the first quarter to the second quarter. Palmer Ridge Bears lead it 15-14.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back, Tiger fans, to the Erie Tiger Network. Palmer Ridge Bears lead 15-14 as we head into the second quarter. The pace of that first quarter was a lot slower than what we saw in the boys' games. Both teams were thinking very methodical about what they were wanting to do with the ball. They're really not trying to give it up. The Palmer Ridge Bears have really relied on Womack. She's cut out into the middle and pulled up a few mid-range jumpers, but she's also in the corner looking for that three ball. She's open now, got it at the top of the key, pulls another three. Just a little too strong as it's off the back iron. Welty passes it over to Moyers. Moyers thinks about a three of her own. Godino finds Hartle. Moyers out in the corner. Ah, just a little bit off as it bounces off the hoop. And Godino tries to regather and grab that ball as an offensive rebound, but quite can't get to it in time as it rolls out of bounds. McCollin looking over to the bench. Looking for some calls from Coach Boyer. Once again to Womack. Pulls another three. That's her spot right there. Can't quite hit it. Ball's on the ground. Looks like Welty's picked it up right now. I think Coach Walls called the time. Yes, Coach Walls was able to call a timeout. That way they can keep possession of the ball, and Palmer Ridge wasn't able to strip it from Welty there. Do you have a plan in place for your family's future? Are you caring for an aging family member or loved one with special needs? The Germany Law Firm, named 2017 Erie Chamber Business of the Year, provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit the Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation. All right, so they are still lead at 15-14. No scoring within the first minute of play in this second quarter. Welty's going to be set to inbound it to Moyers once more. So far, this Erie team really hasn't made too many subs, as they've kept most of their starters in. And Godino, Hefner, and Moyers the entire game so far. Moyers in the court general, calling some plays. Finds Hartel out in the corner. Over the head, and Moyers pulls another three. Can't quite hit that one as it is off the mark as well. But then McCullen picks up the ball, but was standing out of bounds. So they call it out of bounds on Palmer Ridge Bears, and Erie is going to retain possession after that. One key thing both these teams are going to need is those offensive rebounds. Those second chance points are vital. It really can change the outcome of a game just like free throws. Really got to get those points and generate them when you can. Moyers pulls a deep three once again. It's just off the mark. Great effort by Hartle as she tries to rebound and throw that back into her team, but Klein can't get it. McCullen out to Womack, but on the other corner this time. Got a Paglia. Galia drives off the head of the Bears. Out to Day. Day drives in, finds McCullen in the corner. Tapped out by Godino once more. Looks like the Bears wanting to reset here. 6 minutes remain in the second quarter. McCullen looking for some opening. Godino thinks she's going to pull it. Womack, however, at the top of the key once again. Pulls it. Hartle's able to grab the rebound. Gives it to Moyers. Moyers throws it down court to Welty. Godino resetting. Trying to drive past Grata Paglia. They call the loose ball foul. Looks like Deb Altschuler checked into the game for Godino. The senior will take a break. Called a loose ball foul on Hefner. Not quite sure what it was. Got some score updates from the fans out there. Got Grand Junction Central leading 23-22 against Bertha at the start of the third quarter. Holy Family and Windsor have advanced as well. A steal by Welty as she jumps the pass, races down the court with McCullen. A layup and a foul. Called on McCullen. It's going to be a shooting foul as Welty is going to take the ball behind the stripe. Knocks her first one down. You can see Womack trying to check back in, as well as George checking in for Hartle. Grata Paglia also checks out. Welty knocks down her second one, giving Erie the lead once more. Hawk out to Womack in the corner. Womack drives past Hefner. Out to Dove. Dove fakes it. So Palmer Ridge Bears reset with McCullen at the top. Back to Womack in her spot. Finds Hawk down. Passes it to Day down low, but can't get it. Welty picks it up, passes it to Hefner. As they're running down the court, storming as Moyers pulls a mid-range jumper, but is fouled in the process. So Moyers will get her turn behind the stripe.
That's her first this year. 15th foul for the Bears. Grace Moyers, number 3, at the line for Erie shooting 2.
Moyers knocking down her first one. I believe that is Moyers' first point for the night. I may be mistaken though. Got a little bit of a shorter crew tonight, so we got no stat keeper. She knocks down her second one, 2 for 2 from the stripe. Finds Day, but is stripped out by Moyers. Moyers getting pressured now, passes it out to Welty before getting pressured. Hefner finds Deb as Deb drives and is able to get the bucket, giving Erie a 5-point lead. 20-15. As we are just about to eclipse the halfway point of this second quarter. A little bit of a high pass from Dove to Day. Hawk, I'm sorry about that. There's Day in the middle, blocked by Hefner, but a foul is going to be called on her. There is an administrative timeout being called.
Camera 2's online with an operator. Okay?
3M Farms is a local farm owned by the Merckx family right here in Erie, Colorado. They're excited to sponsor the Erie Tiger Network and want to thank the community for all their support of the nursery, pumpkin patch, and Christmas tree farm. The growing nursery will be open again starting this spring with the beautiful selection of vegetable plants, trees, perennials, and shrubs. Worth Chiropractic is a locally owned chiropractic office that focuses on patient-centered care for your whole family. They are excited to partner with the Erie Tiger Network and follow all of the action surrounding the on and off the field achievements. Whether you're an Erie Tiger bouncing back from injury or a family member straining your neck or back from excessive cheering, let them help you get back to being you. Located on Brick Street in downtown Erie. Day is going to take the ball at the line. Knocks her first one. Sarah Hill checks in for Hefner as Hefner, the senior, gets her first break of the night. Got to grab a little bit of a rest. Day is able to knock down both of those. And then Volk is going to check in as well for Day. One sub for each team, changing up the lineup a little bit, trying to find some advantages as Welty's able to find Moyers, and with her speed, she's able to fly down the court. Welty once again chucks it across the court, finds George in the corner. George just a little too strong, not able to get that one to fall down the bucket. McCullen taking it up. Finds Volk down in the paint, and that rolls around the rim once and then falls in. Erie not settled with that one. Getting back fast as Welty passes it out to Deb. Deb flying past both McCullen and Hawkins is able to get the mid-range shot, giving Erie a 3-point lead as we come up on the 3-minute mark before half. Out to Dove, guarded by Altschuler. A great pass by Hawk, but Volk isn't able to quite convert it. Moyers once again driving up the court with her speed, finds Deb. Deb pulls. Deb makes the three! 6-point lead for Erie. Dove once again out in the corner. It goes right through Volk's hands and out of bounds, so Erie's going to take over. Both these teams have done a great job at minimizing their mistakes, but that one's definitely going to cost the Bears as it gives Erie a chance to convert on the turnover. Welty back to Moyers. Seen this one before. Moyers drives right by everybody. Mid-range jumper. Moyers scores it and is able to convert off that turnover as the Bears come back up and pass it to Hawk. Hawk down in the paint. Spin moves right past Welty, isn't able to get it. Welty back to Moyers. Sees George down the court, but doesn't want to take that chance. Doesn't want to commit any mistakes. Another great pass by Welty. Looking like a pitcher out there. Drives right past Hawk and just a little too strong off the backboard for the layup. Tries to steal from behind. You know, Erie's done a great job at splitting through the defenders and able just to create space. As Dove pulls a three, it can't quite get it. McCullen gets the rebound. Passes it back out to Dove, and Dove pulls another three. That one's just off the mark. But once again, the Bears getting another offensive rebound, going for third chance points. Once again, not able to convert, but Dove gets the rebound, and on the fourth try, finally gets the ball to drop down the bucket. But Erie's done a great job at just splitting right through the defenders. As right there happened, Jeb just gets right by everybody. A little bit of miscommunication by the Bears defense. Was able to get the reverse layup, giving them an 8-point lead with just under a minute remaining. Tipped by Moyers out to Womack in the corner. McCullen at the top of the key. Delph pulls from the same spot again. Isn't able to get that one going in. And Moyers is fouled by Womack. Not too many fouls committed though, so no teams are in the bonus. So Erie will just inbound the ball here. You can see Hefner checking in for Hill. And Godino checking back in for the final 45 seconds. Myers finds Deb in the corner, just a little too weak and can't get that one to fall in. As McCullen's just flying right by the Erie defenders and sneaks past George. Can't quite get the rebound as it's a little strong off the backboard though, so Deb gets it and is flying right by everybody. Finds Grace at the top of the arc and bang! Grace knocks it down. A 3 by Grace. As Hawk inbounds it to McCullen. Dove looking for someone on offense, but just passes it as time is expiring, and Hefner is able to pick that one up. Going into halftime, the Erie Tigers lead 32-21. And we will take a quick break and get back to you with the halftime highlights and just go over some of the key things that helped Erie get this 11-point lead in this first half.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiations. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction in knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
You are watching the ETN. Go to where your friends are. Go to where the action's at. Go find your sense of adventure. Go Airheads, Airsoft Field and Store located in Erie, Colorado. Go Airheads and go Tigers.
Welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network, and here's some of our halftime highlights as Erie came out with a good second quarter as they got their offense going, and Moyers found her touch on that ball. His Moyers is going into halftime with 9 points. Deb has 7, Hefner with 6 points, George with 2 points, and Hill with another 2 points. You can see both these teams are being very methodical. Very, very methodical with the ball as they're really not wanting to turn it over because that's just giving the other team an opportunity to score, which is just going to hurt you in the long run. However, this Erie team has done a great job at the line as they've been able to knock down a bunch of those, which are just key for changing the outcome of a game, and it really can end up winning you a game in the long run if you can get enough. Teachers Who Tutor is a teacher-created company located in Erie. They tutor students K through 12 in all subject areas. All tutors are certified teachers. Teachers Who Tutor finds the perfect tutor to match your child's needs. Whether you're trying to get your kiddo up to grade level, extend their learning, or prep for the SAT, they are here for you. Contact them today at teacherswhotutor.biz. And our halftime show is brought to you by Teachers Who Tutor. As you can see, Erie's taking the court back again. Palmer Ridge really got to look for those cutting players as Womack has gotten a couple of those. She's cut down and she's gotten a couple of those mid-range jumpers as McCullen's been able to find her getting right past Godino. And on defense, they really just got to try and get back whenever there's a fast break, because Moyers has got a lot of speed, so she's able to fly right by anybody. And then you got Welty, who's got such a strong arm. As I said earlier, she's looking like a pitcher out there. And she's able to fling that one across the court and find an open player on offense down there. So Palmer Ridge has really got to get back on defense, whereas on Erie's side, they've actually been playing pretty good. They've been hitting from the line. But on offense, they really got to take shots that they can guarantee themselves more points than what they're doing. They're taking a lot of contested shots, a lot of iffy, like 50-50 shots. So if they can find a way to create space and get right by those defenders, which they were doing really well in the second quarter, they're going to see a lot more production on offense. But as halftime is winding down, we'll be back to you as we take a short break for the next 4 minutes and bring you the start of the third quarter. This is the Erie Tiger Network.
You are watching the ETN.
Kicking off the season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest. Hey, Vern. Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
This is more than a bundle. It's more than a combo deal. It's not just stuff. This is your home, your car. And you want to give them the protection they deserve. With home and auto insurance. State Farm agents get it. It's why they're here.
In Erie, talk to State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse.
Welcome back, Tiger fans, to the Erie Tiger Network. We just got some score updates from our former ETN student. Looks like George Washington beat Glenwood Springs 55-27, and they will advance to play Windsor in the Great 8. Erie's going to start this quarter off with the ball as Welty goes over to inbound. You know, I definitely wouldn't want to catch a ball from Welty. She throws that thing with a lot of velocity. I don't think I could do that on a daily basis. Moyer's using Hefner for a pick and roll, but Hefner's able to get right through all the defenders. As she was triple teamed by Womack, Dove, and McCullen there. She's able to slice right through and get the bucket. Extending that lead to 13 points now. Moyers tips it out. Can't quite catch it as Womack stops, pulls up in front of Godino. Just too strong once again. McCullen in the corner left alone now. Pulls a three. That one's a little too strong. Godino grabs the rebound this time. Sees George down court. George goes up for the layup. Can't miss it as she was frightened by McCullen storming from behind her. Dove pulls from the corner. A little too weak as Welty grabs the rebound. Finding Moyer as she takes it up court, looking for an open player. Sees George cutting, but pulls the three at the top of the key instead and knocks it down. Moyers with the three. As Coach Boyer calls a short timeout, and we'll stay right here with you during the timeout. You know, that's something Moyers has done really, really well ever since she joined this program. And she started off a little cold tonight in that first quarter as she wasn't making too much. But in that second quarter, things really started to get heated up. She was knocking down more threes and was hitting everything from the free throw line. And that one just in the Palmer Ridge defense's face. So this is Moyer's time as she extends the lead to 16. Erie got out here red hot in this half. See if they can keep that up. McCullen once again. Right-handed dribble, goes up the court. Looking for Hockton in the middle. Finds Womack, but it's tipped by Moyers. The Volk was able to grab it. McCullen grabs that pass out to Dove in the corner. Bounces off the top of the backboard and almost goes in, but doesn't as Welty picks it up and is just trying to hold on for dear life. But the Bears are able to strip it away from her. Dove picks it up, but is knocked out by Moyers. Dove takes a long three once again from the spot she's shot from all night. Steps back a little bit. Finds Hawk in the middle. Womack thinks about it. Dove left all alone. Once again, can't just hit, just keeps hitting that front iron. Finds McCullen in the mid-range jumper, not able to knock that one down and get their scoring started for the second half. McCullen's done a really good job as that court general for this Bears offense. She's been able to pass that ball out to there and feed it to them. As they pass it out to George and find Hefner cutting, and she gets the layup once again as Hefner's red hot to start this quarter. You can see the Erie offense has really made an adjustment to use Hefner, as she's been cutting a lot more instead of sitting in that paint as she goes and fouls Hawk, so she'll take a trip to the line.
Number 5, Charlotte Howe at the line for Palmer Ridge.
Misses the first one. Hill grabs the rebound as she was checked in. Moyers passes it out to George a little bit low. It bounces in and just rolls right out. A little too strong in the layup from Hill. Looks like Mullen is currently beating Canyon City at halftime, 36-15 as well. It's a big 4A matchup to watch out for. Down low to Volk as Godino just swipes her arms, trying to steal that ball and pickpocket it out. Coach Boyer pulling McMullen, the 5'9" junior, to the side. Volk misses the first free throw. Pulling up for his second shot. Just a little too strong as George grabs the rebound, and the speedy Moyers flies down the court and just once again, just so shifty, is able to get right by any defender she wants at will. Looking like a track sprinter out there. Godino blocks that. She's done a great job at blocking a lot of McCullen's passes tonight. Getting a little anxious, though, these last two possessions that the Bears have had the ball. She swipes right in it again, but fouls McMullen once more. Godino picking up her third foul on the night. Once more, the Bears just can't get any of these free throws to drop. You can see McMullen backing up, closing her eyes, just catching her breath. Telling herself to relax. Gets up for the second one. That one doesn't go in either as it's off the back iron. Welty to Moyers. George out in the left corner. Moyers with a little bit of a step back. Out to Moyers in the corner. Her spot for three. Bang! Moyers is red hot. 44-23 is the lead. Is now extended to 21 points for the Erie Tigers tonight. Finds Womack out in the corner. Womack hasn't taken any shots this half so far. She's now in the paint. McMullen with a little sidestep. Once again, another mid-range jumper, but that one can't go in this time. Welty heaves it down the court to George. McMullen was positioned really well, though, so when George went to pass it out to Deb, couldn't quite get it to her in the spot she would like, and it rolls out. Looks like Day checked back in. She inbounded over to McMullen, but McMullen throws a little bit to the side and down low for Womack. Quite can't gather that ball, and it goes out of bounds. Looks like another timeout was called, so we'll go ahead and take a quick break here on the Erie Tiger Network as well.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, Thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welty inbounds it to Moyers. Out to Deb, beyond the arc. Little pick and roll. She goes for a reverse layup. Little bit of a magician there. She slides right through the defenders and just puts that one around the hoop. Gets that one to fall. Looks like the Bears a little bit out of position. As Womack goes to pass it to McMullen, but quite can't get to it in time. A little too strong from Volk as Welty grabs the rebound. See Hartle running it up the court now. Over to Grace. Moyers. Welty drives now. Finds Hill down low, but quite can't get it to her as there was 3 defenders surrounding her. Erie defense playing a little bit calmer now. Swarming the ball carrier though. As Volk is able to just do a turnaround and put that one into the hoop. Moyers finds Deb down, but she flies right by all the defenders and gets the and one for a 3-point opportunity once more for this Erie Tigers offense. Hawk checks back in, this time for the senior Dove. Altschuler able to convert the 3-point play as McMullen takes the ball up court once more. Sees Day at the top of the arc, can't quite grab that one. Womack once again grabs it, but still hasn't taken a shot this entire half. We're down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds for the third quarter. McMullen being swarmed by Hartle. Altschuler hops up onto Hawk, out in the corner to McMullen. A little bit too much power towards the air. Can't get that one to the hoop. Welty goes for the rebound, but is stepping out of bounds. She picks it up, so the Bears will keep the possession. 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Up top to Womack. She takes her first shot of the half. She's a little too strong off the back iron. Looks like it was out on Day for that one. This Erie team's really starting to take over. They're shutting the Palm Ridge Bears down on defense, and they're not allowing them to do anything. As Altschuler takes another 3, a little bit too off, and it quite can't hit the mark. As that one's just off. Cordova checks in. The 5'2" senior. You know, you talk about height mismatch sometimes. And 5'2" is definitely gonna show that one. Cordova brings it up court. Day over to Womack. Can't quite get that one. Womack starting this half off cold. As Altschuler drives up, finds Hill. Hill takes a dribble and can't get it as they call a charge on Hill. Looks like Madison Moyers is checked into the game as well. On the court right now for the Tigers is Altschuler, Madison Moyers, Welty, Hill, and Godino. Calling a carry on Day. It's definitely not a foul you want to see if you're Coach Boyer or any coach at that matter. That's just a lost possession for no reason, especially when there's nobody even really on you, pressuring you. Godino finds Moyers out in the corner. Little fake there. Calls a travel on Moyers. Freshman getting a little bit of experience. And then Coach Walls is going to call a timeout. And we'll take a quick break here on the Erie Tiger Network as well.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Welcome back into the Erie Tiger Network as Hawk is set to inbound the ball for the Bears. Down 25-49 to this strong Erie team. Hawk grabs the ball, throws it up top to McMullen for a three. Once again, can't hit the net. Welty tries to jump the pass there. And McMullen goes for a mid-range jumper, but once again just misses. The Bears are struggling here on offense to get anything to fall, which is really hurting them. As the Erie team is getting everything to fall. And Palmer Ridge can't stop them as Hill goes for the shot there and it gets fouled.
Fouls on number 11, Riley McMullen. That's her second this evening. Second team foul for Palmer Ridge. Number 32, Sarah Hill at the line for Erie.
Only the second team foul for the Bears. As Hill knocks down her first one, making the lead 25 points now. Extending that to 26 as the senior knocks down both her free throws. Out to Cordova, back to McMullen. Cordova once again pulls for a three. Can't get that one. Altschuler throws it all the way down for Moyers, but goes to toss it for Godino and doesn't actually see Dove coming in and turns the ball over. One of the few mistakes the Tigers team has made this entire night. As Godino chucks it back to Moyers, and she's running up the court behind the back a little bit, getting a little fancy here. Commits another turnover. As the Bears almost do, now it's a 2-on-1 fast break. Dove just stops in her tracks and shoots a deep two, but can't get it. McMullen's able to tip it, however. His time expires, but can't get that shot up. Going into the fourth quarter, Erie leads 51-25, and we're going to take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiations. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
All right, Tiger fans, and here are our halftime highlights that we couldn't get properly pulled up during halftime. Can see Moyers and Altschuler just completely taking over this game, hitting some deep threes. Something we've seen all season long. And an awesome reverse layup there. This Tiger team has done a great job on both offense and defense as they've been able to cut through the Bears defense and just find openings in spots you normally wouldn't find them. And they're able to just convert points by generating space between them and their opponent. Hawk inbounds the ball to McMullen, out to Cordova. Trying to look for Dove down low. Drives right by. Tries to pass it up top to Womack. Womack gets the ball. Misses once again. Is ice cold this half. Little sidestep from Dove. And banks it off the backboard. Getting one in there. I think that's the first point in the last 7 minutes for the Bears. Up to Godino. Tipped. Cordova open. Out to Dove in the corner. Hefner guarding. Bounces in and out. As Hartle is shoved down by Cordova. Not in the bonus though, so they're just going to inbound the ball. Mayer checks in for Godova, the freshman. You can see Grace Moyers back on the court. Along with Godino driving a little fake pass there. A little too strong, but Hefner's able to grab the rebound, but loses it. And Grace commits a reach-in foul on Womack. You know, this matchup between Womack and Moyers has been really exciting to watch all night. Both really good long-range shooters. Got spectacular three-point talent. They're both very shifty and fast as well. Once again, Moyers on Womack. Womack looking for an opening. McMullen pulls it. Knocks down another three. You know, whatever Coach Boyer and the Bears talked about during that transition between the third quarter and the fourth quarter is definitely helping so far. Is as for the last minute 30, they've been able to get 5 points, which is more than they got in the entire third quarter. Tipped off by Moyers. Godino to Moyers with 3-on-1 now. Little shifty sidestep crossover. As Moyers scores against Hawk, 53-30, with 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the last quarter of play. Womack to Dove. Dove pulls it. A little too weak. Godino tries and grabs it. Able to catch it and then finds George down low. George doesn't take the layup. But luckily Womack was not expecting that and it just rolls off her foot out of bounds. Volk checking in for Hawk now. Moyers to inbound. Finds Hartle at the top of the key as she drives by everybody. Little layup as it bounces in off the backboard. Hartle, the freshman, first points of the night. Got to feel good about that one as a freshman, getting some points in the second round of the 4A Colorado State playoffs. Get an offensive rebound as Volk tries to put that back in twice. But the big senior, Anna Hefner, able to grab that one. You know, guarding Hefner, definitely a little scary. She's got so much strength and so much power, and she's also got so much speed as she's able to fly right so many people and to split the defenders. It's really good down low in the paint. As George finds Hartle once again down, cutting. Little too soft as it just rolls right off the rim that time. Womack to McMullen at the top. This Mayer tossed it over to Volk. It looks like there's a foul on Godino. Altschuler checking back in for Godino. Womack trying to take over here. Passes it out to Mayer. Finds George. She's going to take the layup this time, but is blocked by Mayer. The Tigers will retain possession. Deb out in the corner. Pulls it for three and knocks it down. 58-30 with 4 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the game. McMullen spinning around, pulls from deep. Rolls right over the backboard. The Tigers will take over on offense as Welty checks back in for Hartle. Welty inbounds to Moyers. Bears playing man defense now. Moyers just crossover once again. She's done that so well all night. Makes the lead 30 points now. Out to Dove in the corner. A little bit of swarm here as they're collapsing on the ball. Out to Dove once again in the corner is Welty with her. McMullen pulls from beyond the arc and knocks that one down. Another three from McMullen. You know, the Bears desperately needed those during the third quarter as they didn't knock down anything. And they were ice cold. They started to get it going a little bit this quarter. Moyer's looking for the pick and roll. They're swarming on her now. Welty picks the ball back up. Third foul on Volk as Coach Walls calls a timeout with 3 minutes and 31 seconds remaining. We'll go ahead and step aside and take a timeout as well.
Have you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School? Well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well as access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction of knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon@sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast with the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
Welcome back in, Tiger fans. Tigers have possession. Deb, little mid-range jumper. A little bit too soft as that bounces off the front iron. Down in the paint is Volk. Little turnaround. Hook by Volk there. Gets another bucket for the Bears. Deb down to the paint to Welty, but it's smacked out of her hands. And the Bears will take over. As McMullen passes it out to Mayer in the corner. Mayer finds McMullen cutting, pulls up mid-range, knocks another one down. McMullen's starting to take over this game for the Bears as Moyers once again just fakes and slices right through the defenders. That puts Moyers at 23 on the night. She averages 20.3 points per game. Right over that average as Dove pulls from deep. Once again, Dove just can't get anything going. Moyers finds Altschuler on the fast break and she's able to lay that in. 64-37. Tigers lead it with 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining. Out to Womack. Womack steps behind her teammate. Passes it to Dove down low. Tipped by Welty. Welty takes it. Moyers racing up the court. Little mid-range floater. Can't get that one to go, though. Tigers were able to get that rebound as it was rolling around the ground. And Coach Walls will call a timeout. We'll stay right with you here, though, as it's not a full timeout. Looks like a lot of subs going in for the Tigers now. Go ahead and check out some replays here while we wait. You can see this Tiger offense has done a great job at just cutting and slicing right through the defenders, sneaking their way by and just getting those nice and easy 2-point layups. But a lot of speed and shiftiness on this Tigers offense. They're nice and young too, so a lot of upside looking forward. Looks like we got Jennifer Altschuler now, the younger Altschuler. As the younger Moyers drives, once again slicing through the defender and getting a bucket of her own. Out to Dove in the corner. As Altschuler guarding her, drives down the court. As Hannah Herman for the Bears tries and throws that one up, and the Dove grabs the rebound. Out to Mia Welty. Madison Thomas grabs the rebound. Madison Moyers Out to Welty, a little bit too strong as it's off the iron. 50 seconds remain in the fourth quarter of the second round of the state playoffs. Out to Dove, down to Herman, a little bit of spin around. As Moyers just rips it from her hands, and down goes Madison Thomas down the court. Little layup, but just misses. Welty's able to put it back, and that one just bounces off the rim a couple times. As Day grabs the rebound and then gets fouled. The Bears get put into the bonus from that foul, so she'll take a 1-and-1. Cordova is checked back into the game, the senior. This Day takes the first one, makes it, so she'll get a second chance at another one. So on the court right now for the Tigers, we got Jennifer Altschuler, a freshman, Madison Thomas, the junior. We also got Madison Moyers, Sarah Hill, and looks like Mia Welty, the freshman. Altschuler passes it to Hill. Finds Thomas. Attempts at a reverse layup, but hits the backboard. Hill was fighting for that one, got down. Tried to rip that ball away and keep possession on their side. 16 seconds remain in this one. Well, Tiger fans, it's looking like the same trend as last Tuesday, as this Erie offense just proves too dominant for a lot of these defenses. So fast and so much range as time expires, and the Erie Tigers will advance to the Great Eight, winning against the Palmer Ridge Bears 66-38 with an amazing game by Grace Moyers, racking up 23 points. Deb Altschuler having a game of her own with 15 points, and this Tiger team looking real strong heading in further through the playoffs. And as of right now, it looks like the Erie girls will play Green Mountain. I'm sorry, Deb Altschuler actually had 17 points. But this Erie team will go ahead and play Green Mountain in the Grade 8 for the third round of the 4A Colorado State playoffs. Well, Tiger fans, that was a good one, and we are glad you were able to tune into this one. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe and follow our socials. Don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Twitter at Erie Tiger Network, like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page, or check us out online at erietiger.network.com. That's all for me. I'm Blake Donaldson. Alongside me, I had JJ King, Kale Smith, and Max Schrod. Thank you so much for watching, and that'll be all.